I've run out of arms and legs, but back to business. Good afternoon. We at EA Sports have two unique and yet very different presentations today that will give you a glimpse at the evolution of our brand and how we're evolving to meet the needs of not only current gamers, but also the millions of new gamers who will be entering the market in the coming years. Gaming today is very different than it was 2 decades ago when we made our very first sports game. And our teams are doing great work to both innovate and expand our reach and relevance to today's consumer. This is shaping up to be a landmark year for EA Sports. This year, we celebrate the 20th anniversary of Madden NFL football. This week, we celebrate the launch of NCAA football. And today, as you will see with NBA Live 09, we will redefine the sports video game experience. The massive migration to online has really revolutionized our industry. Connected play is changing how people purchase, how they socialize and play within games. While of course we've had online features in all of our games for a number of years, what we will show you today takes the connected experience to a whole new level. So here to help demonstrate the game, it's my pleasure to introduce Brent Nielsen, who's the executive producer for NBA Live 09, and with him, the producer, Matt Lafreniere. And equally importantly, to help us provide some real basketball analysis, it's an honor to welcome someone who doesn't need much of an introduction in this town, but I'll do it anyway. 3-time national college champion with your UCLA Bruins, 2 times NBA champion, one of the NBA's top 50 players of all time, NBA Hall of Famer, Mr. Bill Walton.
Peter,
Bill,
great to see you.
And you, Bill. How are you?
Wonderful to be back here in Los Angeles, particularly here at the Orpheum Theater. We used to always.
You told me you had some good times here.
We always used to tell Coach Wooden when practice was over, we were heading to the library and then to church before they closed it down. We were coming down here to the Orpheum, spend time with Jerry Garcia, Bob Dylan, and Neil Young, and oh, did we rock out. Bill. But nothing like Spores right there. Oh my gosh, that looks special.
Stay with me, Bill. We're here to talk sports.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sports, that's right. Didn't the NBA
got really excited backstage watching sport. Should I get Will back on again to talk about EA Sports? It might be easier. So now, having said all of that,
right.
You're not much of a video gamer, but with 4 boys in the Walton household, I'm sure games were part of everything that you guys got to do.
Peter, it was our life. I'm trying to watch the games. I'm trying to watch Magic and Michael and Larry and everybody.
Not while you were playing. No,
no.
Okay,
I'm old.
Okay.
Those guys are the current players. But the 4 sons, Adam, Nathan, Luke, and Chris, they're just over there playing their games all the time. And I'm trying to see what they're doing and figuring it all out while I'm trying to get my job done as a broadcaster. And it was always so special because what I love so much about the game of basketball is the competitive nature of it, the skill, the remarkable athleticism of the world's greatest athletes, and how hard they have to work and do all the different things to make it come together, but then with the drama and the pressure and what you live for. And my favorite parts of basketball are what you've captured with EA, and that's the mental and emotional aspects. And all the preparation, you come in with the decision-making, and you see it all come together. What I'm really trying to get Brent and Mark to come up with, though, is my favorite part is that when things aren't going your way, that perfectly placed elbow right into the rib cage of the opponent. But the greatest thing about it, when that ball is in the air.
Right.
The buzzer goes off. The fate of Western civilization is in the balance. And
Lakers Celtics, you bet.
It was right there. It was all for us in front of us. But the beauty of it all is that you can't script sports. It's just fresh and live, new every single day.
Funny you should say that. Same with NBA Live. Thank you, Bill. NBA Live. Isn't he great? It's just fabulous. That was completely different than we did in rehearsal. Completely different.
Rehearsal? I thought that was a different show we did.
I'm not sure we did. NBA Live 09 will we got to sell in again, so bear with me here a second. We'll fundamentally shift the sports simulation genre with a brand new feature today we're announcing called Dynamic DNA. With Dynamic DNA, the game is now powered with the real-world data and analytics used by the NBA teams themselves. I know you're familiar with that.
All the general managers, they use it. They accumulate all the information that comes in on a daily basis.
Right.
And the beautiful thing that Brent and Matt have done here is that they've come and they've integrated that aspect of it. So, as we know, Like the NBA, it's made fresh daily.
Absolutely. This is beyond getting the stats and rosters right. This is about capturing the actual behavior of each and every player and team in the league. Dynamic DNA is powering gameplay with absolute precision. So, Brent, why don't you bring us back here to the script and take us away, explain Dynamic DNA. Things will be a lot better. Brent Nielsen.
You bet, Peter. So that,
Okay.
but Peter, you actually haven't even touched on the best part. So, we do take all of that statistical and analytical data that's driving our core gameplay and to build the DNA strands that you're seeing in the game here for every player in the league. And we're going to bring it to life on your console with daily updates. So that's right, NBA Live 09 is going to update every day and will reflect that what you see on the court in the real NBA is what you're going to see and feel in your virtual experience. The game is made fresh daily all season long, just like in real-world sports. I want to take a look at this exclusive first gameplay video showing Dynamic DNA in NBA Live 09. So Dynamic DNA basically breaks down into three main areas. First one I want to talk about is player tendencies. And player tendencies is basically a decision-making process that every player goes through, whether they're going to drive to the right, drive to the left, or take a shot. And that data is tracked from everywhere on the court. And as you play through a season in the NBA, player tendencies tend to change. We're going to get those updates dynamically and drive those changes daily to your console. In this example here, Parker likes to drive to the left at the top of the key. You can see him executing that move here, driving to the lane for a layup.
If only the Phoenix Suns knew he liked to drive left.
Exactly.
Maybe they should get a copy of this.
Exactly.
Get back.
Second major piece that we're talking about is player DNA. Player DNA basically breaks down how a player scores. In the first example, you saw Pau Gasol, when he was a member of the Memphis Grizzlies, he was a pick-and-roll man. Trade that some of you from LA might be familiar with. He came to the Lakers and he became more of a post-up player. In NBA Live 09, any of those midseason trades that happen, as players change, as they get a new team or cast of players around them, the game will change daily with that as well. Third component is Team DNA, and Team DNA is how a team and players play together as a unit. Great example this past year when the Celtics brought in Kevin Garnett, brought in Ray Allen. That really changed the dynamic of the team. You had the option of Garnett in the post, you had Allen as a spot-up shooter, and that really changed Paul Pierce's game and how the Celtics played as a unit. You're going to be able to feel that same change in experience on a daily and weekly basis with NBA Live 09, as we're going to be taking all of that data and updating the game on a daily basis. So just to recap, Dynamic DNA is the actual real-world data and analytics being used by NBA teams. It's powering the gameplay of NBA Live, and it's changing every single day based on last night's game, not last year, right in your hands.
It's great. Thank you, Brent. So we're going to get some live code running. Nice job. Matt, you're going to take us away. We've got the playoffs, Bill. We've got the Lakers and the Celtics.
Lakers and the Celtics.
This should be very familiar, too. You've got Paul Pierce at the top of the key there. Now,
Give him the ball, Paul. He's wide open in there, please.
just let me get to that, Bill.
Sorry.
So we've got signature play calling.
Come on, Perkins.
All right,
Vacate
hold
the
on.
post.
You can see the play calling, but what you've seen new here is the DNA strands go down the right. Very clear here when Pierce is in this situation. We're now looking for behaviors in the game. Obviously, the DNA points to the fact that he should post up with Garnett. So, Matt, take us away. Let's see if you can make that play for us. Garnett comes over.
That's the best defense the Lakers have played this entire
right.
series.
Sweet.
Lamar Odom just
Well
can't
done.
seem to stay on the ground
Yeah,
down there.
KG. All right, you can take it from here, Bill. The Lakers are going to move it up here.
Kevin Garnett in the post, just absolutely superb. The first time Kobe Bryant has ever taken the ball out of bounds during his career. Derek Fisher up the court. Derek Fisher could not get it done against Rondo.
All right, so Perkins, we're going to go back up again. Rondo's bringing it up. Gets it back to Pierce. Now, this time, let's light up the hot zones. Can we do that, Matt?
I love the hot zone.
You like the hot zones, Bill?
Absolutely.
Did you
This
have
is-
a hot zone when you were playing?
Yes, on the bench.
Okay, good.
Yes.
All right.
Cheering for Larry.
And yeah, keep that big guy in. The key here is you can see the red there. That's where Pierce is more likely to be successful. Again, we're looking at behaviors. So what you get now is you can see Pierce is edging to go to his left. If you can get that arrow, that behavior tendency that he goes there, he's more likely to be successful if he can get in a hot zone and get to his left. Matt, can you do that? Can you put it away? It might be tough. Up we go. Oh. All right, one more, Bill. Take it away. And
And
then
the
we'll
great
move on.
voice of Marv Albert and Steve Kerr calling the action. Lamar Odom trying to get to the hoop. His pull-up jumper That goes down.
Great. All right, listen. That's the first time you've seen NBA Live 09 running. We're very, very excited. The gameplay looks spectacular, but of course, most importantly, dynamic DNA is, I think, going to make the real difference for us. I'm looking forward to a Celtics repeat. A lot of people know I'm a Boston fan. Looking forward to a Celtics repeat.
I want Luke to get his first championship.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I won. That was fun.
You're a little torn. What happened? I mean, you got...
I was not torn, even though I'm a Celtic.
Yeah.
Bill Russell, my favorite player
Yep.
ever. Red Auerbach, the patriarch of the Celtics. Red would light up that victory cigar. And
Right.
I'm adamantly opposed to smoking of all kinds, believe me. But Red Auerbach and little Billy Walton would be there. Go Celtics, go.
Little
Go
Billy Walton.
Celtics, go. Unbelievable. But what I love about this whole evolution,
Yeah.
you talked about the online nature. It's the changing world that we live in all the time. And as the game evolves and as EA evolves and it all comes together and the new ideas that Matt and Brent are able to incorporate on just a daily basis, because what makes it all so special is the people involved. And when they're able to change everything and define the behavioral patterns and instincts of all the players, then you as a gamer, as a player, you are actually in the game and making all the decisions yourself, and that's when it's really happening. When that ball is in your hand and you're letting it go, oh goodness gracious sakes alive. Chase it down. EA, NBA Live, Tony Parker, San Antonio.
Well, listen. Bill, I want to thank you.
Peter, thanks for having me. Yes.
Please, thank
Great to be
And
back.
I want to thank the team here, NBA Live 09, Dynamic DNA, game is coming this fall. Bill
Dynamic
Walton, Brent,
DNA.
Matt.
That's what it's all
Gentlemen,
about.
Absolutely.